Hey guys, my name is Crew and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Jetpack 2.0 in vanilla Minecraft. This thing operates only by using vanilla command blocks. It does not use any sort of modifications to the game. This is my second version of the Jetpack where I have made significant improvements and also added a bunch of new features. If you guys want to check out the original Jetpack, there will be links on the screen and also down in the description. But before I tell you guys all the new features that have been added, let me give you guys a brief tutorial on how to operate this thing. So getting started here, this thing does use a resource pack to make it look like a jetpack is indeed on your back. If you're not running a resource pack and you're just running the default, this thing will look like you're wearing an iron chest plate, so keep that in mind. Anyway, to get this thing working, all you have to do is take an iron chest plate, put it in an anvil, and go ahead and rename this guy Jetpack. Then take that guy off. And now we can use a resource pack to make it look like a jetpack is indeed on our back. Now, once you have the jetpack on and you try to go by pushing the shift key, you will in fact notice that your jetpack does not take off. And that is simply because your jetpack has no fuel. Now, to put fuel in your jetpack, all you have to do is have coal in your inventory and then go ahead and push shift. And what will happen is you will start taking off. Now, this jetpack does improve its acceleration as you use it more. So if we hold the shift key to start heading upwards, you will notice that we are moving at a fairly slow speed. But as we keep holding the shift key, you notice our acceleration starts to improve until you reach a maximum speed. And this version of the jetpack also comes with a permanent jump boost effect while you are wearing a jump boost and while the jump boost has fuel. This way, you will not take fall damage while you're wearing this thing. One other thing to point out is if you guys are copying these command blocks, which I linked in a download link down in the description, into your own world, you do have to push these two buttons right here. This is going to go ahead and add the different scoreboards to you guys and set the machine up. Also, for some reason, command blocks are a bit buggy, but whenever you have a new person using the device, push this button and that will reset their fuel, and this way they will actually be able to use the machine and use the fuel properly. But once you guys push all those buttons, you should be good to go, and the command blocks just do it automatically after that. One other thing to point out is that these jetpacks are not waterproof. They do not work in the water. It breaks the machine a little bit. It's not good for the redstone wiring in the jetpack, so make sure you don't use this thing underwater, but in the open air, they work perfectly fine. One additional thing that has been made from version 1.0 to 2.0 is we have added in the ability for it to work with more than one person. So if you guys are using this machine on a server of some sorts, it does in fact work with everybody on the server. The previous one was only made for one person at a time, but now it really works for everyone, which is super awesome. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the jetpack. This falling sand, I really wanted to, oh my gosh. Oh, that is so satisfying. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much it for my version of the jetpack, but before I ended the video, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Pixelated Phantom. Now, Pixelated Phantom made his own version of the jetpack and he sent it to me. Now, I'm going to show you guys his version, which is very well done. I actually took his design and added a bunch of my own aspects to it. He was able to make it to where this machine can actually work on a server and work with more than one person. Now, the way his jetpack works is completely different to mine, as in how the jetpack actually gets fuel to operate. For my server, I want it to be more survival friendly, and it takes up fuel and sort of coal as you use it. But he decided to go with a more complex method, and he is actually using a charging station. So let me show you guys how this works. This is super cool, a great idea. So basically, if we come over here, this is a little charging station. Now, if we stand on top of it, you can see it starts to give us some fuel, and now as we walk away, our fuel is over there in the right-hand corner. And as you use the jetpack, it uses up your fuel, and then as soon as we run out of fuel, we have to basically return back to the charging station, and we can start getting more fuel. This is a very interesting way of doing it. However, I thought it was a little bit cheatery in survival Minecraft, because it really didn't cost you anything to use your jetpack. Something else that he also added, which might be added into my version a little bit later on, is he actually has different strengths of jetpack. So this is the iron version, and it's obviously not as strong. Actually, we need to fuel up here at the fuel station real quick. There we go. So the iron version isn't as strong, it doesn't go as quickly, but if we take those off and put on the diamond version of the jetpack, you guys can see here that it does indeed go a little bit quicker, which I thought was a really interesting idea to, you know, have different tiers of Jetpack. Anyway, this is his design. Be sure to check out his channel down in the description, and also you guys can download this Jetpack if you feel the need to. My download link to my Jetpack will also be down there. You guys can check it out. Mine's a little bit shorter than his, however his does use a very interesting concept with the different, you know, charging stations. Like, that is a crazy cool idea, and who knows, maybe they could both be implemented together and you could sort of charge up the charging station using coal or some sorts like that. So before we end today's episode, I want to give one final shout out to a guy who goes by the name Bren Topic. He messaged me on the YouTubes and said he was interested in making some sort of upgrade to the Jetpack that I made, and I asked him if he could make it to where it uses up coal as you use the Jetpack, and he did just that. Unfortunately, his version only works with one person at a time, so I sort of took his ideas from this and I combined them with the other Jetpack that was sent to me by the Pixelated Phantom, and I combined those ideas along with a bunch of other Redstone commands to make it all pretty and working together, and I got the Jetpack that I know and love today, which is pretty much flawless in every situation. It's not gonna break, and I'm sure there are a lot of different things that we could add on to it, but this gives us a great foundation that works with any amount of people for any amount of time, uses up coal, it accelerates as you go up higher, and overall I think is probably the premium as Jetpacks are going to get. There are probably a few more features that I will be adding in the future. If you guys have any ideas for features that we could possibly add, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Anyway, I would like to remind you guys that there is a world download for all of these worlds that I have played with today, so feel free to download the Jetpack and fool around with them in your own world. Would also like to mention this only works in the newest snapshots, so make sure you guys are playing on the latest and greatest snapshots or in 1.9 Minecraft. Other than that, my name's Crew. Be sure to check out the other Redstone inventions, and I will see you all in my later videos. Adios. Right on your back, and once you have it on, all you gotta do from there is push shift and you will head up. It's pretty easy to operate. That is all the controls. As soon as you let go of shift, you stop heading in the upwards direction, and you can just push shift again to easily activate it. So pretty cool little system